you all were very respectful. The first half, you had to make sure it wasn't, so we wasted so much time. That's why it's not a thrill to have a board meeting.
December 8th, we had a meeting. I wanted one in January and February and March and April and May, all during high season. I agree that once a month, we should have interaction.
Well, Wendelin, you know, again, it's not about bringing up the past, it's a situation. Maybe in the future it can be that way. After today, let me ask you something. Would you want to attend these kind of board meetings?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
It's
screaming and
important.
yelling?
I live here and
It
it's
doesn't
important.
have to be
Do you
screaming
mean
and
just the
yelling.
board, or you mean
Yes.
that
It
everybody?
doesn't matter,
But
either
it has to
one.
be
No,
open.
you have it.
It has to be
Be
open.
transparent, be absolutely open in what we're
Exactly.
discussing. I have no problem with
I
having a.
myself would not go through the stress of
Well, then get off the
this.
board.
Well, then I'm-
And then you can't do it, get off the board.
Or, there's another
This
option.
type of abuse is not to be heard by any of us, but it is.
It was, and
see, there's a
corrective criticism, corrective criticism. If we have to speak loud because this idiot speaks louder than us, we have to do that.
Thank you for showing us.
I have a question.
Correct. Okay, it should be like a,
I agree.
That, and everything's about the historical perspective. If you treated people with respect, you get respect.
You would think.
Exactly.
But that's not the case.
That's correct. It's not-
So defensive.
No, I'm not defensive. It's every meeting. It's every
You made it
meeting.
that way.
No, but you have
Start that way.
You need to
You
hear.
started off right away trying to change the board.
Why don't you run for the board?
Last time you tried to change it.
Why don't you run for the board?
not everything has to be voted all the time. It can be workshop meetings where it's just ideas, exchange. Let's do this, let's investigate that. It's called a workshop meeting. It doesn't have to be voting and all, you know, yes, us discussing an agenda is important, but it can be a workshop meeting, not a
Well,
meeting.
Gwendolyn, there's nothing that prevents anybody from Marilyn is gonna look into the pool issue.
Great.
So, it's not a meeting, it's just, hey, I'm gonna take care of it, let me look into it, I need some information. Okay, that's it, then look into it and get back to the board.
Once a month, for
Correct.
everyone.
Right.
Tony, as long as we're not taking a vote at a particular meeting, or if we're not gonna vote at meetings, I don't see why the five of us just can't meet.
Is that?
Oh, no, you're not, I mean,
It's called a workshop meeting, where no vote is taken and much discussion and. you
yeah,
get
but I still
to a
think it
lot of
has to be
conclusions.
noticed. You know what, Bruce?
No, it's because it's not a board meeting, it's a workshop meeting.
But it's discussing the potential business.
But it's no vote.
You know what, Bruce, it's an easy way to find out. Write your
I
management
don't know,
company.
we-
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Just simply write your management company and ask them a question. Just say, if the board meets and there's no votes taken, but they're gonna be discussed, you have to phrase it correctly.
I'm sure.
On issue,
Phrase it correctly.
yeah. If it's phrased, I can't, as far as I'm aware, there has to be some sort of notice.
Keyword is workshop.
Yeah, keyword is workshop. If we say, let's.
Well, you know
discuss
what,
this
you
and
know.
that.
Would you be willing to give an opinion? You know.
It's not a condo, Middle River Club is not a condominium. Middle River Club is not governed by Florida condominium.
It is.
So there are different rules.
It is. Go look, it's in the public records. It
There are
is.
different rules. There are two separate entities. There's the River Shores, River Bend, River Terrace. Those are condominiums. Middle River Club comes under the Business Corporations Law. So they're separate rules. So you can have workshop meeting, there is no problem. But it's ridiculous to think that the five of you aren't meeting on a daily basis, even with emails and phones, because it's a 24, as you know, it's a 24/7 job to take care of this place or a condo. So not every single thing has to be in a public, you know, but once a month, if people have, so you give notice. People will either come or not. And this morning, as everyone entered, I collected everyone's email addresses. We are creating a Google group for the entire complex, people from River Shores, River Bend, River Terrace. So we will all be able to keep each other informed of what's going on. Now, if people can't attend and you have a meeting, that's the perfect way. Oh, these three people attended, they can report to everyone else what happened at the meetings. And then people can become more involved with what's going on. Because one of the problems was, as you know, you hear gossip around the pool or gossip around, you know, the tennis court. By doing this, people can talk everyone can share information and everyone sees, and because people from River Shores, they didn't know people from River Bend, River Terrace doesn't know River. Now, with a Google group, everyone will be connected and everyone can talk and say, I heard this, or what. So you can certainly have meetings, workshops, we do that all the time. The board can meet, you're not voting on anything, you're, throwing out
Ideas.
You're brainstorming.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think, what should we do with the front? Should we consider live plants? Should we go with artificial plants? What should we do? Should we go with vines? Should we go with flowers? Should we go? That's something that you have to do, and you can't wait a year. The board is supposed to be doing that.
I
And that's
agree.
perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
It's active
can-
board members, active, not just sitting in your apartment doing nothing.
You've said
Okay,
that
I have
3
one
times.
question.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
I need to propose that the next meeting, you have somebody look at the mold, the bathroom, the gym, this clubhouse here. There's definitely an odor, and I bet you it's mold. I would like that to
We
be
don't want it
discussed.
in a meeting, we want to get it taken care of like today.
Well, why wasn't it taken care of when you were told about it? You were
Oh.
told about it through Basil.
Bathroom, gym.
Oh, I
Jim.
was?
The pool,
Oh.
Yes.
the pool room.
Okay.
Cool, yes.
Well, you know what, maybe we need a professional manager, that's what we need.
Yes, we
You
do.
know, we need royal management, that's what.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Wouldn't that,
They're
and then every
wonderful people.
complaint the two
Right.
buildings have, then River Shores can go down to be the ghetto, that's what
Right,
should
right.
happen.
Yeah.
You had on the budget, speaking of, you had $18,000 in the budget slated for a management company. And I'd like to know, either moving forward or not, is that $18,000, you know, I can't approve a budget from December 8th unless we're moving towards a management company. And
Well,
again,
Gwendolyn, again, there's an election in April. I can't answer that, none of us can. So,
But-
you know what I did? I did that to wet their whistle. That's what I did. Royal Management.
it's not, just doesn't have to be Royale, it can be any other management company. There are
Well,
plenty
no,
out
no,
there.
no, I'll tell you what I was told by Sean,
Who's
and-
Sean?
the former Riverbend.
Okay.
He said something he shouldn't have said to me. He came up with Andrew, the former management, to the office, and he said something he really, I'm sure Andrew didn't want him to say. He says, you know, there really should be one management company for the entire complex. And I kind of chuckled at it and says, we don't get along now. So if there was ever one manager, I could see a total disaster happening for River Shores. It would not be the right chargebacks, it would not be, River Shores would probably not get service, it would just be not a good thing. So, to answer your question, in April, that decision will be made how to move forward with the professional management or not. I don't know. None of us do. We don't know how the election's gonna turn out.
All right. Well, it was a line item in the budget.
River Shores, because there will be 3 votes for River Shores.
I'm just saying, there's a line item in the budget that I
Right.
just wanna keep alive. If we're gonna go forward with the management
Well,
company,
you'll know in
let's
April.
start interviewing
You'll know-
management
Well, you'll know
companies.
in April.
But that's for this,
Yes,
for
for this
here.
facility, for Middle River Club.
Why are we waiting till April? What's in April?
I just didn't, am I speaking a wrong language?
Yeah, but why does River Shores?
Yeah, but why does the term, why would the term?
It might, I guess I'm speaking a wrong language. There is an up and coming election.
Right, I know.
So there may be a different group, 3 different, we may not be here, wouldn't that be great? So then, they may be more prone to whatever River Terrace and River Bend prefer. But I don't know that, none of us do. We don't know how the turnout's gonna be.
I don't think,
But you put it in the budget for 2022, so it should be,
Because you'd have to have the money there if the new.
correct, so we should be
goes.
interviewing
But wait a
Now,
minute,
to
Gwendolyn.
gather information.
You could gather it, that's fine. We had a professional manager. I don't know,
Allied.
Peg, do you wanna comment on that? Or do you
Allied,
wanna?
right?
No,
You're tired, yeah, it's time for us to
Okay.
go. So,
yeah, but I don't think we need to wait. I mean, really, Tony,
yeah, I don't have time for
if the
this.
new River Shores board, I mean, there's an election in April, why are we all dependent upon that? And Fred and Peg, they've sat here all day, perfectly fine and polite and haven't been rude to anyone.
Right.
So for you to say, wouldn't that be great if we have a new board? Only one person has been rude to people from that table.
Right.
So.
But what about over there?
I'm not talking about that. You people have stepped out of line. That's not
However,
appropriate.
if the new board, if
But-
there is a new board,
but-
they should have the choice of choosing a
But
representative for the Middle River Club, and then they
But-
should have the choice
But
of
wouldn't it be
choosing
great if the new
management
board
if they so
comes in and they
decide.
have all the groundwork done? They say, oh, these are all the proposals because the board has been working on it. I don't know.
They would have
Okay,
to have their.
well, I tell you what, John, why don't you work on it, because I don't have time,
They would have to have their own choice, you know.
you know. You don't know how people will see, a new board will see it, so
Motion to adjourn?
I think so.
Yes.
Thank you, folks, for coming out. We got through most of it. I hope I
Second
can
motion.
re-listen to this.
Third the motion.
Thank you, thank you. I'm always the first one to-